Hi, I'm Reed Smeda, a professor in weed science here at the University of Missouri, and today you're standing in front of one of our fields. This is our weed garden. Now normally we'd expect that we want to control weeds, but we have a weed garden at the University of Missouri in order to provide an education piece. We use this weed garden in several different ways. First of all, what one has to recognize is that in the average farmer's fields there's at least 18 to 20 different weed species. Many think they primarily have one species that they're fighting, but anytime they control one, there's usually another one that pops up in its place. So it's good to know what types of weed species we have. Second of all, it's good to know because many farmers use herbicides. Many weeds that are related to crops will actually be selected to stay within crops because they'll tolerate the same types of herbicides that the crops will. So it's important to know what the species are. Third, it's important to know something about the life cycles. Anytime you have annual weeds, they're much more competitive with crops than perhaps biennials or perennials. But depending on the type of cropping system, perennial weeds can be very difficult to remove. So knowing the weeds and their life cycle is very important. Lastly, I think it's important to know something about weeds because weeds have different ways of disseminating. If we take a plant such as burr cucumber that's here in the front row, it produces a prolific number of these bird type of seeds that can attach to animals and get spread. We have other weeds here in the weed garden that actually, say for instance, if we had weeds that were like milkweed that have a pappus on it and they'll fly anywhere up to 4 to 6 miles, they will actually use wind as a dissemination tool. So if we know something about the weeds, there's several different things that we can learn. Not all weeds offer the same level of competition. In fact, some weeds like winter annuals are beneficial for the soil to build soil organic carbon, but many of the winter annual weeds could be a problem in a winter annual crop like wheat, whereas summer annual weeds can be a problem in a summer annual crop. So because of the large diversity of weeds that we have in Missouri, we've established this weed garden has over 70 different species. You'd be welcome to come out anytime with the signs that we have and learn a little bit more about these weeds.